What's going on, everybody? Going Yooper here, and today I'm on my way up to the shop. Just got done eating dinner at home, and I am heading back up there. I got to do some feeding. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to try and get it on here. We'll see. I'll show a few feedings, I guess. But some of my snakes don't like to take off the tongs. They just take it off with a, I set it down and they take it when they're ready. It's just the way it is. I've talked about this before. So on the way to the shop, before we do any feeding at all, I decided, well, let me tell a story. I haven't done that in a while. If you look back in my videos and you're new to my channel, you will see that I have quite a few different stories about when growing up, things, different things that's happened in my life. This is inspired by my natural father. Just recently actually talked to him for the first time in, I would guess 20 years, maybe more, I don't know. And I don't think he will mind me saying that for a good part of his life he was an alcoholic. And I spent a lot of my life judging him and mad at him for not being there, and all the typical daddy stuff that people go through when they don't have their dad in their life. But now that I'm in my 40s, maybe 43-ish, I realize now that alcohol, drug addiction, these are the types of things that will make you not think about your family, or at least you put the drug or alcohol in front of your family. And these are just symptoms of drugs and alcoholism. If you tried to tell me this when I was 20 years old or 23 years old, like I said, 23 years ago, I would have said, well, whatever, I'm a father, and I do what I'm supposed to do, and it isn't that hard, But to be honest with you, that's speaking from a person that has never been addicted to drugs and alcohol. So I can't say that, that's, oh, forget him, he didn't care about me, he cared about his drugs and alcohol more. Well, he did. But unfortunately, those are the things that that's what happens when you get into the alcohol and the drugs. It can take over your life, and you put it before everything else because you feel like you really can't live without it. And I'm old enough to realize this now, So my father has been on my Facebook as a friend for probably the last, let's just say 6 months or so. I think it's only been about 3 months though, really. But, and he's never messaged me or anything. We just invited each other and that was it. There was never any words spoken. Now, growing up, there was a few times in life that I seen him, but they weren't really great occasions because, he would get drunk and he would get into fights with my stepmom, or things would come up, typical things that happen when you're dealing with an alcoholic or somebody that's addicted to drugs. And because of those reasons, I resented him, even more, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't understand, like, how could you pick this stuff up over me, over your son? Well, I can't understand because I've never been there, so it makes sense, I get it. I get it now. And there's no resentment towards my father at all right now as I'm speaking with you all. I'm sorry that he went through all that stuff. I do know now that he's not drinking and doing the stuff that he used to do. And unfortunately, it's mainly because of health reasons and stuff like that. But he's not. And I actually talked to him the other day via Facebook Messenger video, whatever that's called. FaceTime? I don't know. And it was nice. And at that time I find out that he watches my videos. And every day he puts on the videos and knew about some of my videos and talked about them and stuff. And I was like, he does care. You know what I'm saying? So if any of you are dealt with that, I know a lot of us have. I hope you all realize sooner than I did that, drug and alcoholism can do this. It breaks up families. It takes over and takes control of a person. And just know that they do have love for you. Even if it isn't, even if it's being shadowed by addiction. So this story is about my dad. my dad's always been a smooth talker, I guess. You know, again, I'm going mostly on things that I've been told because I haven't spent much time with him. But I know he always has been. When he was younger, he wanted to join a gang. The gang said, "All right, you got to rob the you got to rob the Freihofer truck." The Freihofer truck is like baked goods, and they got Freihofer chocolate chip cookies. If you've never had them, find out where you can get them, because they're insane. They're really good. And they told me you have to rob the Freihofer truck. Now, what these guys meant was you have to steal some cookies or some donuts and stuff from the Freihofer truck. My dad took it as he had to rob the whole Freihofer truck. So as those kids are hanging in the alley, he come whipping around the corner in the whole truck, and the gang was like, "What, are you crazy?" You know, they couldn't believe it. So this is my dad. This is his way of thinking. So we lived in the city, and apartments in the city are real long and skinny. You know, and you got your kitchen in the back. You got like a living room type area where your bedrooms are off of, maybe a bathroom, and then in the front of the apartment you have like a seating area. And my dad and his buddies thought it would be a good idea to steal a motorcycle. So about 3 in the morning, all drunk, him and his buddy were doing burnouts and riding wheelies from the kitchen to the living room. That's a true story. Thinking about having my dad on as a guest one day, because there's a lot more stories. I'll have him tell you about how him and his brothers were arguing over who was Superman and who wasn't, because they all thought they were Superman. They were positive of it, and they all went and tried to prove it. None of it came out good. So that's my dad, and I'm happy to say that even late in the years, it's still nice to have the chance. A lot of people don't get that chance. And I may be 43 years old, and he may be 60-something. You know, we still have a chance, and you know, a lot of people don't get that chance. So I'm very thankful and grateful for that. So that's just a little bit of story about my father. And another funny thing is my dad's name is Larry, and he's got a brother Daryl, but there's no other brother Daryl. Not everybody's going to catch on to that, but a few of you older folks are going to. Alright, let's get in the shop, feed some snakes so I can call it a night and go home. I haven't got much sleep lately. Let's do it. Alright, let's see if we can get a few of these guys to eat. This is just a snack they've actually already eaten once this week. Good job, bud. I've already eaten once this week, but this guy is breeding, so I like to give him a little extra. And my little spinner wobblehead here missed a week. He didn't want to eat. So now that he's in the mood, I want to make sure I can give him plenty enough to eat and get him back on the feeding. So let's see if we can make this happen. He misses a lot. But not this time. Ah, okay. There you go, bud. Good job. Alright. This guy's usually a pretty decent eater. But again, he's already eaten this week. He actually ate on Sunday. Let's see. So we will see if he will take another meal. And if he doesn't, that's okay. He usually gives me no problem at all when it comes to feeding time. Good job, bud. Now, this is my female het clown, and I wish she was she eats every week, but she will not eat extra. Anytime I ever try to give her extra, she just won't eat it. And I'm guessing that it's going to be the same story right now, but let's give it a whirl. Oh, she's showing interest. All right. I always give a little bit of a wiggle. So I dropped that rat in there, slipped out of my tongs, and I went to go reach for it, and she snatched it up. So, thanks for saving me the time. Get a little wiggle on you. See? Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Alright, this is my male Mojave. He is actually for sale. He too ate last Sunday, and today is, what is today? I believe it's Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. But he will eat again, and then he will eat again next Sunday. So, he knows what's up. Well, that was the lamest strike I've ever seen, but whatever works. He's actually also one that likes to take the food on the floor of the bin and not off the tongue. Now this is my pastel 100% het Xanthic, and I am not sure if he's going to take another meal. He took one. He's a once a week guy, but since I have an abundance of these weaned rats and small rats, I figure I'd try and give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. He's normally a really good eater, but he's usually a once a week guy. Kind of figured he was interested. Good job, bud. Alright everybody, that is my video for the day. It is a little bit of a story, a little bit of feeding. A lot of people like those feeding videos. I'm not real big on them myself, but people like them. You got to give the people what they like, right? I'm glad I feed frozen thawed though, because I hate killing things. Eventually I'm probably going to have to, since I'm going to start breeding my own rats. It's just the way it goes. I wish I could get them to eat broccoli. Come on, why doesn't anybody like broccoli? I don't get it. I don't like it either though, so I guess I do get it. Alright everybody, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell down below, let you know I upload a video. Don't forget to go check out the SamJeffersFoundation.org. Love that freaking foundation. It is awesome. And 100% of all the money donated goes straight to the cause. Can't beat that. Alright everybody, love you all. See me, bye.